Good morning, and welcome to your weekly message from First Congregational Church, Milford, New Hampshire. I'm your pastor, Al Hoyt. Today is Thursday, September 16th. We're over halfway through September already. Isn't that scary? So, there's a lot going on at the church, as is pretty much normal after Rally Day. I conducted a graveside service yesterday afternoon for Thomas Valier. Not a church member, but we did the service anyway. There's lots of things coming up. Of course, Monday and Tuesday, all day, is the Big E. The church will have a group of people going down on Tuesday the 21st to the Big E. Vernon and I will be going along with some others. Wednesday, September 22nd, will be the church council meeting. Again, that will be a hybrid meeting. If you're comfortable coming down and attending the meeting in person, you can. And if you're not, you can do it via Zoom or by a telephone. Our annual meeting was a complete success. We had the quorum we needed between people at home online and people present in the sanctuary. On Thursday, September 23rd, is from 9:30 to noon, is Garden Friends. On Friday, September 24th at 7 p.m. will be the rehearsal for the dry tray carton wedding. Saturday, September 25th, is the dry tray carton wedding. And lots of things going on. And then Sunday afternoon, after worship, we will be doing a private baptism, probably outdoors if the weather allows. If not, we'll be in the Haskell Chapel for Landon Robert Wickham, the newest son of Krista Wickham and her husband. It's kind of exciting. So there's a lot of things that we have to think about going forward, and I want as much as everyone else to get back to normal. I want to get back to coffee hour and spending time with people. But I have to emphasize again, if you're coming to church, even if you've been vaccinated, please do not hang out in the narthex. Do not congregate in the narthex. If you want to have a chat with people you haven't seen in a long time, it's perfectly understandable, but do it either in the sanctuary or outdoors. I would suggest that if Dave and Permy are already starting the prologue, then you probably shouldn't be chatting in the sanctuary. But please do not hang out in the narthex and spend time chatting. It's just not safe. Even if everyone's been fully vaccinated, we can still transmit the virus. And while the people who have been vaccinated don't get as sick, they can still transmit it to people who aren't vaccinated. So keep that in mind. We've been keeping a close eye on what's happening. Yesterday's numbers from the New Hampshire Department of Public Health has shown in the last 7 days has been a 16% increase in the number of positive cases, bringing Hillsborough County up to well above 10% positive COVID tests, which is going in exactly the wrong direction. Granted, most of the people who are becoming infected and getting really sick are people who have been unvaccinated. But we don't want to take a chance on anyone coming here and getting sick. But these numbers were as of 9 o'clock in the morning yesterday. The number of positive cases that are still turning up in Hillsborough County is increasing. And until we see a decrease in those numbers, and then the consistent rate of positive tests goes below 3%, I don't believe, and I don't believe anyone else believes, that it's safe for us to go back to doing our traditional collections or communions or coffee hours. So for the time being, we're going to have to be as cautious as we can. We are going to try to get the choir back together, starting the last Thursday in September, to begin with the process of beginning to maybe look at how we get our choir going. We have ordered disposable choir masks for the members who come and sing, so that they can sing safely and not transmit all of that stuff. So there's two other things going on at the church that I think I really need you to know about. The first is that I have been talking with the Maine Conference and the New Hampshire Conference of the United Church of Christ about the possibility of having a divinity school intern come and spend some time with us here. I have agreed with the New Hampshire Conference that I'm willing to mentor a member in discernment who's coming. We have a candidate now. I'm not at liberty to release their name at this point, but I will be meeting with the Reverend Richard Slater and with the Dean of the Maine Theological School and the candidate, and to discuss with them the possibility of them coming to be our intern. An internship is very simple. It doesn't cost us anything. There's no fee to the church to have this intern. The intern comes and begins to learn what it's like to be a parish minister. It involves all of the normal things that I do, including worship services and visitations and calls and all of those other things. So that's really kind of exciting for everyone. The deacons are on board with this, and we've discussed this. At the time, once we've interviewed this person and once we've settled on an intern, we'll be letting everyone know and introducing this intern at a worship service. It is exciting for them because they get to practice what it means to be a pulpit minister. And it's exciting for us because we get to see some new blood. The other thing that I have been working on with the Missions Committee and several other churches, is what's called the Asylum Project. This is a project begun by Messiah Lutheran Church in Amherst and Christ the King Church in Nashua, which has expanded to include our church and the Unitarian Universalist Church of Nashua, and some other private individuals. And what this is we take a family who has been granted asylum status in the United States, and then we house them, we provide them with the clothing that they need, food, and all of that. This project is going forward at a fairly quick pace. Again, this will not cost the church itself any money. And this is the most important part for many of you to understand. This is not an undocumented person. This is not an illegal immigrant. This is someone who has been accepted by the State Department as seeking asylum. They're in the country legally. They're awaiting an asylum hearing. And right now, the State Department's backlog for asylum hearings is 30 months. So in order for them to even apply for it, they have to be in the United States, they have to be accepted by the State Department, and then they have to wait 30 months for a hearing. And while they're waiting for the hearing, they need someplace to stay, they need food, they need clothing, they need all those other things. And that's what these group of churches has decided to do. The asylum seeker will be housed on the grounds of Messiah Lutheran Church in their building they call Messiah House, which is in the process of being approved as a residence. So that's going to save everybody a whole lot of time and money in the costs for housing, which is, of course, the biggest cost of someone coming to this country. So what we will be doing, rather than bringing this up at a meeting of the congregation, is we will be sending out a mailing with an explanation of what this program is and how you can help, all right, what you can do. You can give money, you can donate your time, you can donate furniture or clothing or whatever it is they need at the time. And we'll be sending out a questionnaire to everyone. Now, if you don't want to participate in this, no problem, right? Don't. If you don't want to participate in this, then all you need to do is say no thank you and you're done. All right? If you do want to participate in any way, donating time, energy, services, you want to teach English to someone, all of these things are important and need to be done. We'll be sending out that questionnaire, and you can put on there what it is you want to do. Now, Messiah Lutheran needed 25 people. They got them. And once you finish out your questionnaire, you can either mail it back to the church or you can bring it with you and drop it off at any given time. If you're just driving by, you can put it in the mailbox or you can even drop it in the drop box. But there's plenty of ways for you to get involved. And this speaks to our obligation as Christians to help the stranger, to help the person who's new to our land. Please join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. So as you can see, there's a lot of exciting things happening at the church. And I hope that as we go further and further into the year, that those numbers will drop off and we can get back into being the church the way we like being church. It's not ready to happen yet, but it will happen soon. And if we just have faith and be a little diligent, it'll be ready sooner than later. So until then, take good care of each other. Take some time to be quiet and listen to what God's telling you. And until we meet again, God bless you all.